Hello everyone, welcome back. In the last lecture, we have discussed about lattice plus base, which gives us a crystal structure. And also we have discussed about the unit cell, and Bravis lattice is in 2 dimensions and 3 dimensions. Bravis has shown that the maximum possible ways of arranging the points in the space in the 2 dimensions are only 5 ways, and 14 ways of arrangements in the 3-dimensional space. In this class, we will find out various parameters for a cubic lattice. That's a Bravis cubic lattice. Let's start. As you all know, this is a 3-dimensional cubic lattice. However, we don't need, if you wanted to study the properties of any crystal, we don't need to study entire crystal. Instead, if we can study only the unit cell, that can give the properties of entire crystal. That means the properties of lattice and the properties of the unit cell and the properties of crystal are same. That's the reason why we say the unit cell is a building block for a crystal. If you repeat this unit cell along the x, y, z directions without giving any gaps, we get entire crystal structure. This is the unit cell. The smallest volume of a crystal is called a unit cell. So this is the smallest volume of the crystal. This is the unit cell. It has several parameters, characteristics. We can see here there are 8 corner atoms are there. 8 corner atoms are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 corner atoms in the cube, and the number of edges are 12. Edge means this is the edge. You can see here the line which is joining between 2 atoms is an edge. So this is the edge. Like this, there are 12 edges are there in this cube. Cube means this is a unit cell. And there are number of faces, 6 number of faces are there. Face means you can see here these 4 atoms are joining, which gives one face. And you can see there is another face, this is another face, this is another face. Like this, we have total 6 number of faces are there in this unit cell. And then, since this is a cube means we know the conditions, Bravis lattice conditions. A is equal to B is equal to C. That means the lattice parameters along the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis are equal. So that means the lattice parameters along this axis is A, and the lattice parameters along this axis is B, and the lattice parameters along this axis is C. So the volume of this crystal is, this unit cell is A, that means A is equal to A, which is A cube. So the volume of the unit cell is, a cube is A cube. So these are the characteristics of the unit cell or the cube. So this is in this class we are studying various parameters for a cubic Bravis lattice. We know the parameters for the cubic Bravis lattice are, a cubic lattice will have lattice parameters A is equal to B is equal to C, and the crystallographic axes are mutually orthogonal. That means they are perpendicular to each other. So if you see, with these conditions, only 3 different ways we can arrange the points in the space, such that there exists a periodicity along the A, X, Y, Z axis with A, B, C, and the environment about each and every point is identical. That means we can arrange the points identically in space only 3 different ways using these conditions. They are, this is the first one is a primitive, this is also called as simple. Another one is, this is a body centered, this is a body centered cubic lattice. The third one is face centered cubic lattice, FCC. Only these ways we can arrange the lattice points with these conditions. So the number of Bravis lattice for a cubic crystal is only 3. In the subsequent classes, in this class and the subsequent classes, we will study various other parameters for a simple cubic, a BCC, and FCC. We'll study about the parameters of all these three. In general, this is how we see the crystal, and also this is a unit cell we have told you. This is how we are representing. However, in the real case, the atoms in the crystal look like this way. You can see here we are only representing a crystal just by considering this is a one point, this is a small point, this is another point, there is another point, here another point, here another point, here another point. But in general, these atoms looks like this way. Here you can see the atoms are almost touching each other. This is a one atom, this is another atom, this is one more atom, and this is another atom. You can see here, similarly, all other atoms are also almost touching each other. In this how the atoms will be there, so that they will have a bond formation when there is a crystal. If we imagine like this way, then only we can derive some other parameters of a unit cell. Right? So whenever we show like this, that is indirectly, we have to imagine at some points the atoms will be in contact with each other. Then only we will have a bond formation here. If you see, this is an equilibrium distance. If you remember our bonding in solids, this is the place where this is the equilibrium distance, R is equal to R naught. Then only they will have a bond formation. Then only the crystal can exist. So let us find out what are the different parameters and define them, so that we can derive all the parameters for all the cubic lattices. So first one is coordination number. Coordination number means the number of nearest neighbors of an atom. The number of nearest neighbors. That means how many number of atoms are there nearest with the same distance for a particular atom. For a particular, if you consider any atom in the crystal, how many equal distant atoms are there surrounded by this atom in a crystal? That gives you coordination number. Atomic radius. Next one is atomic radius. Here, as you have seen in the previous picture, the atoms are considered in the spherical shape. So here the atomic radius, we find the atomic radius in terms of lattice parameter. As we know that every unit cell will have a this is a unit cell. Every unit cell will have a lattice parameters. The lattice parameter along the x-axis is A, the lattice parameter along the y-axis is B, and the lattice parameter along the z-axis is C. So we find out the atomic radius in terms of the lattice parameters, so that we can estimate the crystal properties in terms of lattice parameter as well as atomic radius. The next one is the nearest neighboring distance. We know that how many number of nearest neighbors are there. This gives a number, and here we find the distance between those number. That means the distance between the two nearest neighbors. And the fourth one is lattice parameter. Here we know simply the lattice parameter is the distance between the two atoms in x-axis. The distance between this is one atom in x-axis, this is another atom in x-axis. The distance between the two atoms is A, we are considering. But we really don't know in terms of another parameter like atomic radius. So here the lattice parameter is again the distance between the two atoms along the crystallographic axis. If the lattice parameter along the x-axis is A, the lattice parameter would be B on the y-axis, the lattice parameter would be C on the z-axis. But we can find them with respect to in terms of atomic radius as you go on. The fifth one is the number of lattice points per unit cell. We will also find out for every unit cell how many number of lattice points are existing. And then once you know the number, then we can say how much is the volume occupied by these atoms in the unit cell. For example, we have a unit cell. This is a unit cell X, this is the y-axis, this is the z-axis. We can find out how many number of atoms are there per unit cell in this unit cell, and also once you know the atoms, how much volume of this unit cell being occupied by these atoms, that we can find out, volume occupied by the atoms. The next point we find out is the volume of the unit cell. This we know anyway, this is a cubic. Cubic we know A is equal to B is equal to C. So the volume of the cubic lattice is A cube. So that's the reason why I have directly written here. And the another important one is, this is a very important atomic packing fraction or packing fraction of the unit cell. Packing fraction means the total volume occupied by the atoms in the unit cell to the total volume of the unit cell. It is the ratio between the total volume occupied by the atoms in the unit cell to the total volume of the unit cell. This is a fraction of volume occupied by the atoms in the unit cell. The meaning of this one is, how much is the volume of the unit cell? Out of this, how much is the atoms occupied? That is the atomic packing fraction. This is a very, very important for any exam purposes even. And the final one is, we know how much is the volume occupied by the atoms in the unit cell, then how much is the free volume in the unit cell? This is a free volume in the unit cell. These are the line parameters we find out for simple cubic, body center and face center. Let's start. This is a simple cubic lattice. As you can see here, this is a simple cubic lattice where the atoms are only at the vertices of the unit cell. Where the atoms are only at the vertices of the unit cell, and this is also called as a primitive unit cell, because the primitive unit cell means there are two conditions. One is the atoms must be at the corners of the unit cell, and the number of atoms per unit cell should be 1. This is we will find out the number of atoms per unit cell as we go on. This is a simple model that we are discussing every day, and in real, if you see the atoms in the primitive unit cell, it look like this way. See, these are the 4 atoms in the top side. These 4 are in the 4 top side atoms. These 4 in the bottom 4 atoms. They are almost touching each other. You can see there is no gap between them. And now these atoms, when you look these atoms, how much is they are contributing to this unit cell given here. You can see here the bottom one, there is only, for example, if you cut this into 8 parts, there is only one small part. This small part is only appearing in this unit cell. The rest other things are there, other unit cells. So that means if this atom, if you take only 1/8 part of this atom, that is shown here, you can see here only 1/8 part of this atom is contributing to this unit cell. Similarly, this atom also 1/8 part, this atom, every atom contributes only 1/8 part. That's the reason why you can see here only a parts of atom. This is not a full atom, this is only 1/8 part of the atom coming to in this unit cell. That's how the picture look like. Now, the parameters we will find out. The first parameter what we discussed is the coordination number. Coordination number means the number of nearest neighbors. How to find out here? If you see here, if you take here, this is an example. If you take this is an example, but here I can only see 1, 2, 3. But what about the other atoms? This side, back side and bottom side. This is only one unit cell, so we cannot visualize other unit cells here. So in order to find out the equal distance atoms, this is the equal distance, this is the A because this is a cubic. So the lattice parameter is A in this direction. In this direction also lattice parameter A, and along this direction also lattice parameter A. But what about this direction? There will be a minus A, right? There will be another atom if you imagine one more unit cell here. If you imagine one more unit cell in the downside, one more atom will be there. If you imagine one more unit cell in the back side, you will have another atom. So like this way. So here the atom that I am considering for the reference. Now if you see this is one line, this is another line, this is another line, you can see here. This is one atom I am considering. Now, equal distance, this is one atom at a distance, and again the behind this side at minus a, there will be another atom. This is a 1, this is a 2. And from this side, you have at a distance one atom. This is a, if this is minus a, then this will be another atom, 4. And then in the upside, we have at a distance another atom, 5. And the downside, this will be at a minus a distance, this is another atom. So now if you see, this is the unit cell that I am talking. With respect to this one, x-axis positive a, 1, x-axis minus a, 2, y-axis positive a, 4, or let's consider this is a positive, means this will be negative, 3, and then y-axis negative side is 4, z-axis positive side is 5, z-axis negative side 6. They are all at equal distance of a. The distance between them is a. So the coordination number in the simple cubic is 6. The coordination number in the simple cubic is 6. So this is how we can find out the coordination number. The next one is atomic radius. Atomic radius, we told you that atomic radius we will find in terms of lattice parameters. Here, this is the unit cell that we are talking, and you know that from the center, the atomic radius is, this is r, and in this atom, this is also center of the atom. So from center to surface, this is also r. So that means you can see the total distance is 2r. And you know that this edge, the distance between the two atoms here is a. Because this is a cubic, the lattice parameter is a. So that means a is equal to 2r. A is equal to 2r. So the atomic radius is r is equal to a by 2. So in this way, now we found the atomic radius in the simple cubic atom is equal to half of its lattice parameter. The third one is the nearest neighboring distance. Nearest neighboring distance, we know that these two are the nearest neighbors, then 2r, the distance between them is r plus r, 2r is equal to a. Because a is the lattice parameter along the x, y, z axis. Fourth one is lattice parameter. Since we know that 2r is equal to a, then a is equal to 2r. Similarly, we can rewrite this same thing. So this lattice parameter is equal to a is equal to 2r. That means this distance is equal to r plus r, 2r. This is how we can find out lattice parameters. Because the atoms are here, they are in contact with each other, so we can write a is equal to 2r. If they are not in contact, we cannot write here a is equal to 2r. Since they are in contact, so then only we can write a is equal to 2r. Another one is number of lattice points per unit cell. As you can see here, how many number of lattice points are here? There are 8 corners are there. And 8 corners, see every atom, this is how the 8 atoms are there. The bottom side 4, upside 4. Now, every atom contributing to the unit cell is 1 by 8th times. This is only 1 by 8th time of the full. So, total 1 by 8th time every sphere is contributing. Like that, how many spheres are there? Top side 4, bottom side 4. Total 8, which is equal to 1. That means every sphere, every atom is contributing to one unit cell is 1 by 8th part of the atom. So 1 by 8th part. Like those 8 atoms are there. So we have total contribution 1 by 8 into 8, which is equal to 1. That means the number of lattice points per unit cell is 1. Now we find out volume occupied by these atoms. How many number of atoms are there in the unit cell per simple cubic? There is only one atom. We know that we assumed all these atoms are spherical in shape, and the volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi r cube. Now, the volume occupied by this atom, one atom, in the whole cube is this one. Now 4/3, we know R is equal to A by 2 from this one, right? Substitute R is equal to A by 2 whole cube, that is equal to 4/3 pi A cube by 8. So 4 2's, we can write this one pi A cube by 3 into 6, 6. So that means the volume occupied by the atoms is pi A cube by 6 in this unit cell. The next one is unit cell volume. This is a fixed one because this is a cubic, so we can write, since this lattice parameters are A is equal to B is equal to C, so we can write A is equal to A, which is equal to A cube volume, unit cell volume. Next one is atomic packing factor. That means how much is the volume occupied by the atoms in this unit cell to the total volume of the unit cell. The ratio between the total volume occupied by the atoms in the unit cell to the total volume of the unit cell. That means how much is the volume of this unit cell, and out of that how much it is being occupied by the atoms. We know that the volume occupied by the atoms in the unit cell is previously we have derived, that is pi A cube by 6, and then the total volume, this is the total volume occupied by the atoms in the unit cell, pi A cube by 6, and then total volume of the unit cell is A cube, which gives A cube will be cancelled, which gives pi by 6. Now if you substitute pi value and 6 value, that gives you 0.52, which is equal to 52%. If you are multiplying with 100, then you get 52%. That means 52% of the volume is being occupied by the atoms in the simple cubic. If you take a simple cubic, only 52% of the simple cubic being occupied by the atoms. You can see there is a lot of gaps here. So these all things are gaps between them. These gaps results 48%. So the free volume per unit cell is, so this is the total volume and this is the volume occupied by the atoms. So now the free volume is 48%. So in this way we can find out various parameters for a primitive cubic lattice. Here the important thing is the volume occupied by the atoms and the packing fraction. In the simple cubic, the atomic packing fraction is pi by 6, which is equal to 52%. So only 52% of the simple cubic is being occupied by the atoms. The rest 48% is completely free. So we can say this is a loosely packed structure. This is a loosely packed structure. This is a loosely packed structure. So this is how we can derive various parameters for simple cubic. In summarizing, we have derived coordination number, atomic radius, number of nearest neighbors, nearest neighboring distance, and atomic packing factor, number of lattice points per unit cell for a simple cubic. It is found out that the atomic packing fraction is 52% for simple cubic and 48% is completely free in the simple cubic. So we can say simple cubic lattice is a loosely packed structure. Thank you.